What up, what up, what up?
Yo,
boy, Too Easy. I'm back. And I got my brother Jay with me. And we're back with another podcast. We about to do it. It's going to be a video podcast this time. And we're just going to cover a lot of topics. We're doing sports this time around. There's a lot of shit. Even though it's a kind of slow month, you know, football's right around the corner. NBA season's a couple months. But there's still some shit that's been going on in social media that I want to talk about. So we're better than talk about it with than my brother here. So let's get into it, bro.
Do it.
We got a lot of topics to cover, but let's do it this way. We're going to talk about a couple things. We're going to talk about the Anthony Davis extension that just happened today. I also want to talk about the Jaylen Brown contract. I want to talk about Kyrie versus Steph. There was a lot of noise on Twitter about that. Jokic versus Giannis. That's still going on. Jokic fans and Giannis fans, they're doing a lot of talking. And also just want to end it with Wade versus Harden as well. Because I saw some talks with that. I was on First Take and other sports networks too. So let's get into it, man. So what do you want to cover first? What do you want to get into?
We can get into the Kyrie Steph shit. Let's give it the smoke.
Yeah, let's go straight into it. So
let's go.
If you didn't see it, Kyrie, actually, Iman Shumpert went on, I believe it was All the Smoke he went on. It was either All the Smoke or I think it was the Paul George podcast. I'm not sure, but he was on there, and he was pretty much, recapping or revisiting the 2016 NBA Finals and talking about what their strategy was, some of the things they did that he felt like gave them the edge in winning that series. And one of the particular things he says that they targeted Steph because they noticed that Steph Curry, y'all should know this if y'all watching this, but Steph Curry didn't want to guard Kyrie. So once they saw that, they were like, oh no, we're going to make you work. We're going to get you tired. So we're going to make you, whenever you're trying to switch off of Kyrie, we're going to do another switch to make you guard Kyrie. And they felt like because of that, because Steph, quote unquote, didn't want to smoke, like that's what helped them win. And so
we realized Steph wasn't trying to match up with Kai. All we took it as like, oh, you scared of dude? You scared of buddy? So we just fed them. If Steph came and guarded me, if they tried to do a triple switch, whatever they tried to do, I say, bro, if I go down here and I set this screen and Steph switch off and try and go on me while I'm in the corner, I'm going to bring my screen up too. And now you got a double screen, but you finna have to guard Kyrie.
So that's fine. That's his perspective, right? If that's what the game plan was, that's what the game plan was. So, you can't, I'm not really mad about that or anything like that. It's more so the fact that the person posting it was obviously a Kyrie fan page, which is, again, cool. If that's how you feel, cool. But what the real issue was is that he used that as if to say Kyrie Irving is better than Steph. Like another example as to why Kyrie is better than Steph, because Kyrie always wants to smoke and Steph ducks the smoke. Essentially is what he was saying, right?
Right, exactly. No, you're absolutely right.
So with that, I want to pass it to you because you are the resident Steph
Curry.
Apologies. You're probably the president of the Steph Curry fan club.
Yes,
so I love Steph too. Like he's one of my top 5 favorite players in the league. I love watching Steph play. I think he's amazing, and so it bothered me as well. Just full disclosure, but I'm gonna try to be, objective on it too, because I don't have an issue with Kyrie, the basketball player, anyway. Like him, the person. I'm sure you've seen some previous videos of how I feel about Kyrie. Again, it's just more so a personality thing and just how he comes across and how he's kind of a like me first type guy. But I don't know him personally. He might be a good dude, but this is more so just talking basketball terms, how I feel about Kyrie in comparison to Steph. So, but first, Jay, how do you feel about it when you saw it?
Some bullshit. Hated this argument when it started. Because that's what's funny about Kyrie fans, right? Because they always want to go back to 2016.
Yep.
Rather than, 2022 happened, 2023 happened, all these years happened. So, again, okay, so he can guard Steph apparently. That's what they're going with.
Yep.
Okay, so what happened when Kyrie had to guard Steph? What happened with that? Okay, Steph still averaged whatever he averaged. I think in that series he averaged like 24, 20, something like that. Like,
I think he averaged like 27.
27?
You're talking 2017, right?
No, 2016.
Oh, 2016?
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, but right. He was hurt. Even though I don't give excuses for injuries, Steph was visibly different from how you look, how he was in 2016 to versus 2017. Yeah. he did look visibly different. But I'll still give that edge to Kyrie, because Kyrie did have 40-point games in 2016. He did ball out. But yeah, go ahead and continue.
But my thing is like, okay, so if you're gonna go with the whole, okay, he was ducking the smoke and da. Okay, so Kyrie Irving is not a good defender. So one, how does that even go towards your point to say, okay, Kyrie wasn't ducking the smoke? So if Kyrie was cooking them anyway, what the fuck does that matter? It doesn't. None of that means anything. And if they ended up winning 2017, 2018, mind you, they won in 5. They didn't win in 7.
Yeah,
they won in 5. Pack them niggas up. I think it took like some Herculean shit for them to even win one. And that's what I'm saying. Now, so if we're gonna go with that, then what I was saying, like I've been on Twitter like all day. Like if that's the case, if you're gonna say that, then I don't want to hear shit about the KD Warriors. I don't want to hear shit about they were too overbearing. The NBA was over. KD's ring or Steph's rings don't count with KD because he ain't win a fight. I don't want to hear none of that shit because Kyrie had LeBron. But when it comes down to that, when they want to mention that, Kyrie was just him and Steph wasn't. Like get the fuck out of here, bro.
My point. Exactly. Yeah. And that's my main reason, because the people you're talking about, right? It would be people like me, right? Because I think that the KD Warriors was some bullshit. Right. I feel like they cheated the game of basketball. They made basketball no longer fun and things of that nature. And so the reason why I think that, because KD, for people who feel like KD is the best player in the league and one of the greatest players to ever walk on earth, I feel that same way about Steph Curry. So putting both of them on the same team makes it unfair. So for me, right? If I remember clearly, I don't think Kyrie, maybe 1 year where he played very well. I don't remember Kyrie even being a top 5 MVP candidate, let alone someone who won it or won it back to back. That's number one. Number two, just like you said, right? Like this idea that if Kyrie and Steph are the same level of basketball player, or Kyrie is better, then it makes zero sense as to why they got mopped up to the level that they got mopped up at. Because that goes into the KD argument. Well, KD would say, there's Kyrie, there's Steph, there's me, there's LeBron, there's Kevin Love, and there's Clay, or whatever bullshit he was saying.
Right.
Where, as if it was mano a mano, which to me, no, my nigga. And if anybody has been paying attention, fuck the outside shit. Just basketball wise, when Kyrie was number 1 versus Steph's number 1 on their respective teams, Kyrie is not the level of player as Steph is. Like, let's knock it off. Kyrie is not the level of player Damian Lillard is. Let's be clear. As far as impact to their basketball team and your skills and all, because that's the thing that where it really all comes down to. Because y'all niggas will go on YouTube and watch highlight reels of Kyrie Irving, and because you go to highlight reels of Steph and you see him moving without the ball and shooting threes versus Kyrie doing tween crawls, hezzy Jimbo, step back Sebi bullshit, y'all think he's better than Steph, and that's fucking ridiculous. Because it's not. Yes, it's cool to have skills. Yes, skills is great. It's amazing. But what's more important is what those skills you have, what do you use them for to produce on the basketball court? And those skills that you have, does it translate to wins? And I'm sorry to tell you, Steph Curry's skills equate to way more wins and championships than Kyrie's do. So if you want to have a figure skating contest that's to say like, oh, I like the way somebody does something, that's fine. That's your preference. But for now, when we're talking facts, there is no way. Let me say it again. There is no way Kyrie is the level of basketball player Steph is. He hasn't accomplished even nearly enough. He hasn't done nearly enough. And as far as skills go, Steph is just as skilled as Kyrie, if not more. Because Kyrie is not an amazing off-ball basketball player. Doesn't have legendary conditioning, and his shoot, and we all know he's not a better shooter than Steph. He doesn't have more range than Steph. And as far as ball handling, I'm sorry, I'm not seeing that Kyrie is a fucking Harlem Globetrotter and Steph is dribbling like fucking Jaylen Brown. We're not doing that. But y'all niggas act like that. Y'all niggas act like there's such a fucking gap between players. If anything's a gap, Steph is a better basketball player than Kyrie. So let's dead that fucking logic. Y'all niggas kill me with this idea. Like, y'all want to give Kyrie so many things, but then y'all ignore all the other bullshit.
Yeah, you do the same shit to KD too, by the way. But
y'all do. And funny that y'all mentioned that, right? Because Kyrie's the same level of player as Steph. So what happened, right? And y'all talk about the KD Warriors, blah, blah, as if it was unfair, which, again, is an oxymoron or a paradox that just cancel each other out. Because how is he a better player than Steph, but then it was unfair what Steph and KD did? But okay, cool. If we want to keep that acknowledgement, right? Like, having KD makes things unfair, right? So what happened, Kyrie, when you got KD?
What happened? James Harden, by the way.
What happened? Yeah, and James Harden. So what happened? Did you win championships? Did you go back to back? Did you even go to the finals? Oh no. Why didn't they win?
Oh, Giannis packed you up at 7.
Oh, they did. They did, right? That's what happened, right? And then when it came to the bubble, you didn't want to play, right? That happened. Okay, but cool. That's outside shit. But guess what? That outside shit is the reason why you didn't win stuff. So guess what? If I'm a coach, if I'm a GM, if I'm an owner of a team, right? And I'm thinking, who am I going to pick? Steph or Kyrie? All that shit's going to go into consideration. So all y'all Kyrie fans, fam, if you like the step backs, if you like the Hezzy crossover, if you like all that stuff, I like it too. That's cool. If we're talking about who has the coolest one-on-one game, cool, y'all can say that. But when, I'm sorry guys, in the terms of organized professional basketball, there are more factors than that bullshit. So let it go. He's not better than Steph. And y'all fans that keep saying that shit, y'all look stupid. Stop bringing it up. Y'all look stupid. Nobody, I don't even think in his hardest of hearts. He probably won't say it publicly, but Kyrie knows he ain't better than Steph. Stop. Steph Curry, as it stands today, if Steph, God forbid, knock on wood, if he tears his ACL, never plays a lick of basketball again, and Kyrie plays for 5 more years, Steph Curry will still be a top 10 player all time. Right now, as it stands, he ain't got to do nothing else.
Better than the nigga
top 10
second fiddle
all time. Exactly.
Better than the nigga you even played second fiddle to in the first place. Like, stop. Like, had them niggas chanting Steph as the MVP in your crowd in fucking Brooklyn. But we supposed to, like, come on, man. Like we know what it is, man. Like, you know what it is. Stop. So cut that shit out. Like, you want to appreciate Steph? You want to appreciate Kyrie? How you appreciate him? Cool. When somebody posts some fucking, I don't know, like some highlights of Jokic or some shit like that, or Jimmy Butler. Okay, Jimmy, they were great, this and that, or whatever. Why the fuck we gotta now Iman want to put a target on Kyrie's back and say, oh, okay, we were trying to hunt Nigga, they were hunting Kyrie. Kyrie ain't good guard nobody.
They were hunting Kyrie. That's a fact.
I watched the series.
They were hunting Kyrie. Like in that whole he don't want to duck the smoke, my nigga. I don't care if you want the smoke, don't want the smoke. If you can't guard me, it don't mean shit to me.
Shit, bro.
Like, cool. I hate that logic that like niggas are good defenders because you want to guard somebody. Nigga, whether you're in front of me or your man's is in front of me, both y'all niggas can't guard me. So guess what? You still a liability whether you want to guard me or not. So it makes no sense, bro. Like, that's the whole, like, people fool themselves into thinking Russell Westbrook was a good defender just because he wanted to guard the niggas. He was getting cooked too.
Oh, yes, and that's an athletic nigga we talking about too.
Exactly.
The athletic nigga who could probably stay in front, but nigga, you getting cooked. If you can play D, you can play D. Simple.
Period.
And I say that shit all the time when like his prospects coming down and shit like that. Like, if you could play or if you could shoot in college, you're gonna be able to translate that in the league. But if you can't shoot in college, you can't play D in college. I'm supposed to expect you to get that later. Like, Steph just really started playing defense.
Yes, because guess what? Steph is not that athletic. Yeah. Steph is not like, he doesn't have otherworldly athleticism. So yeah, he's a little limited as how good of a defender he can be. But he still worked on the fundamentals and discipline that he could work on to be a better defender, and he is. Y'all are not seeing. Y'all are lying, and you don't watch Warriors games if you honestly are saying that Steph is still out here getting cooked. He's not. He's not. If you see him getting cooked, it's by guys who would cook anybody. It's not like fucking Matthew Dellavedova is fucking cooking him. It's not like fucking Dylan Brooks is out there going ISO clear out 1-4 flat and cooking his ass. It's not happening. Like, y'all are talking about Kyrie cooking him. Y'all are talking about Dame, like someone like Dame cooking him. John Morant cook like niggas who would cook anybody.
And who, by the way, the shot that he hit over Steph, nigga, that was a tough shot.
It They make it seem like
nigga just shot a wide open shot.
They make it seem like Steph, like he broke his ankle, Steph's on the ground, and he hit the three. Like Steph stuck with him. Watch the highlights. Steph stuck with him. Kyrie hit a great shot because he's a great player. Yes. So like, anyway, I just don't say. Again, Steph is a guy. Y'all, if y'all want to get mad in the comments about it and ride for Kyrie, that's cool. That's fine. Like that's fine. But facts are facts, bro. There is no stat. There's no statistic. There's nothing that you can use as a credible basketball person that you can say Kyrie is better than Steph. It's just fanboy shit. Yeah. Just say he's your favorite. Stop saying he's your best. He's your favorite. Right. Okay? I have my favorites too. He's your favorite.
Like, it's just pathetic. I'm seeing this niggas pulling up highlights from 2016. I can pull up highlights from 2022.
Highlights from his former teammates. Oh, like Iman gonna say something negative about Kyrie in favor of a nigga that wasn't his teammate.
Who was the only reason you ever ring?
Yeah, like come on. See? The nigga he played with that he loves, he said, oh wow, that really blew my mind.
Exactly. Ty Lue, even with the KD Warriors, Ty Lue even said we were trying to stop Steph. If we can stop Steph and if KD's wide open, fuck it, we'll deal with that. That's what he said.
Every nigga knows.
Like come on.
Everybody knows. If you are a coach, again, if you are a GM, if you're an owner, right? You are much more terrified every night going against Steph than going against Kyrie. It's a fact.
Sorry.
Like you're not double teaming Kyrie. Yeah, you're not. He can bust ass and do that stuff, but you're not. You are not pulling up the chalkboard being like, "Yo, if we don't stop Kyrie, we ain't winning this game." Like Kyrie can get his, and it will have no impact on the game. It's just a fact.
Facts.
Like, am I lying?
Nah, no bullshit.
But Steph goes off. Y'all, you already waiting at the bus for the next team. That's just a fact.
Seen it happen. Like I said, we've seen it happen. It's crazy.
Bro, that's crazy. Let's knock it off. So, let's go on to the next subject because there's some more foolery. So going from that, fuck it. Let's do Wade versus Harden. While I'm riled up already.
That's good.
So the next one was
you picked the wrong nigga for this one.
And I fuck with Jeff T. So Jeff T, who's been doing amazing. I love his podcast. He's funny as hell. He's like, what I love most about Jeff T is just like he acts like a regular nigga. Like it just like you and me went into the league and we get to play with these. But like I love how honest he is about his stuff. So even if he says things like I don't agree with, like I still enjoy it just because it's entertaining, and I just like how candid and honest he is about it. Like I remember he was talking about how when Kyrie got hurt, before Kyrie got hurt, because they went up 2-0 on the Bucks, and so he said the mood in the locker room, or at least the bench, they felt like, man, we ain't no way in hell we was gonna win this shit. And so when Kyrie got hurt, they all got like, oh, we actually have a chance and shit like that. And so I didn't agree with it. Whatever. I think maybe Jeff Teague, and I think he named Bryn Forbes and some of these like people who weren't getting minutes anyway. Like they felt like they weren't gonna win, and I felt like they just checked out because they weren't playing. But I still appreciate like the canons because one, it was funny. Two, like I just you get some insight into some of these people's minds and how they think, and NBA players in general too, they like giving that PC bullshit answer. So I appreciate how open he was with it, whether I agree with it or not. Same thing with Iman Shumpert. So even if I don't agree with what he was saying about Steph, I do appreciate the candidness about it instead of him giving the generic PC answer. So that being said, Jeff T. He was on his podcast, I believe, and he was attempting to give flowers to James Harden, saying James Harden's one of the top 5 greatest shooting guards of all time. Like he needs to get his flowers. He even said that I think James Harden is better than Dwayne Wade.
The top 5 2 guard ever?
Yes, absolutely. I got him over D Wade, but I'm out of pocket.
Yes, you are. But
if you think about it, when he by himself, like D Wade, he had Shaq, then he had Bron. He ain't never really been by himself. When Miami was by himself, they was trash. He better than D Wade, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
And so for some reason, Dwayne Wade, like at least on social media or whatever, maybe people who maybe kids who just haven't seen Dwayne Wade, or if they did see and they saw him on his latter years, Dwayne Wade, like for some reason people think like Dwayne Wade is like sweet out here, like, and not sweet in the Gabrielle Union sense, like sweet like. I know you. I'm quick with it. I know. Not sweet in the Gabrielle Union sense, like sweet like he wasn't as good as people think. Like people really run with that narrative, like he like LeBron James was just supremely better than Dwayne Wade. He carried the Heat as if prior to him joining the Heat, Dwayne Wade and LeBron were not that far off as players. Yeah. Like. Anyway, like
they really go at it. I remember.
Yes, like Dwayne Wade was that dude. Dwayne Wade led the league in scoring. Dwayne Wade had got a ring his third year in the league, and then niggas want to bring up Shaq. Shaq averaged 14 in the finals that year he won MVP. 14.
They were scared of Alonzo. They weren't scared of Shaq.
Come on, bro.
I love Shaq.
And I love Shaq. Yeah, you know how I feel about Shaq. Me and him go about Shaq versus Steph all the time. Like I think Shaq is top 5 all time. Yeah. Like, so I love Shaq. I'm just saying that in them latter years, he was on the other side of his prime. It's just a fact. And he did average 14 in the finals. Was he still a threat? Absolutely. But you can ask Shaq. You can ask Gary Payton. You can ask Alonzo Mourning. You can ask everybody on that Heat team. Dwayne Wade is a reason why they won the championship. And you ain't got to ask them. Nigga, pull up the stats. He averaged 35 in the finals. What are you talking about?
4 straight. What did he average in those 4 straight games? I think he averaged like 40 in those 4 straight games.
Yes, bro.
Like, bro.
Yes, it was ridiculous. And I know Mavs fans want to say referees, free throws, whatever. Like, I don't. But the people who say that shit too are Harden fans also. You can be like the free throw merchant. But okay, so going into that, bro. He said James Harden is better than Dwayne Wade. And kudos to some of the people, the co-hosts, they said, no, D-Wade was, is better. He's third all time. So, he made Jeff T walk it back a little bit, but he still, felt how he felt. And so, again, back with the Steph Kyrie shit. People on social media ran with that thinking James Harden is better than Dwayne Wade. Like, do people really, like, do y'all really...
It ain't no bullshit. It's been happening for years.
Yes, I know.
It's been happening for years.
I know. And full disclosure, we live in Houston. Okay, I've lived in Houston since I was 3 years old. I'm 33. So 30 years on this earth, I've been in Houston. Okay. So, and not only that, I wasn't just living on the Rock. I watched a lot of Rockets games. I'm a big Rockets fan. Back when Steve Francis was on the Rockets, Tracy McGrady, Yao Ming was on the Rockets. Even when I was a kid watching Hakeem Olajuwon on the Rockets. Listen, and I was a huge James Harden fan. He can attest to it. When he got traded from OKC to the Houston Rockets, I told my brother right then, before the season started, he's going to lead the league in scoring. He's going to what y'all, that 6-man Harden, he's going to dominate. So I've watched a lot of Rockets games. Okay. But one thing about me as a Rockets fan, I'm not biased. I'm not a yes man. So I was there when James Harden put up 11 points on the Kawhi-less Spurs. I was there when James Harden choked against the Clippers and they were up 3-1 and he was on the bench in the fourth quarter while Josh Smith and Corey Brewer brought them back. I was there. I was there when James Harden, after KD got hurt, no, fuck that, the first year, right? 2017. When they had a chance, it was what, Game 7?
No, that was 2018.
2018? Okay, Game 7. When Chris Paul got hurt, right? Pulled his hamstring, whatever. Pulled his hamstring and he couldn't go, so Game 7, and James Harden was one of the people who went 0 for 27. He was wide open. Draymond Green was leaving him wide open to shoot threes, and he wouldn't shoot them. I was there. I watched it. I was there when the next following year, the Warriors and the Rockets are playing. And when James Harden was on bench and Chris Paul was running the show, they were going on a run against the Warriors.
I was terrible.
Because they were moving the ball. They were moving the ball around. Instead of that stationary dribble, ISO, no assist basketball. And then when James Harden would get on the court, the Warriors would go back on the run. I was there. I was there when Kevin Durant got hurt. And it was just Steph and Clay. And everybody said that, oh, Rockets about to mop the floor with them now. They got 2 out of the 3 games at home. And what happened? Steph Curry mopped his ass up.
0 in the first half.
Mopped his ass up. I was there.
26 in the fourth.
Mind you, we still on the Rockets. This is just the Rockets. I was there. I was there in Brooklyn. Y'all want to say hamstring? I don't give a fuck. He played like dog. He came back. He's on that court.
Yep.
He played like dog shit.
Fake that being fat and shit.
Yep.
So
fake
he can get
it
to
so he can get there. Oh, we ain't go. Fuck the personal shit. I'm gonna leave it on the basketball court because if we just talking off court, everything. Dwayne Wade is stop. Anyway. So I was there when James Harden. The following year, asked for a trade, went to the Sixers, and then he played like dog shit against who? Against the Heat? Was it the Heat? I believe it was, right? Where he played like dog shit again. He came up small. I was there the following year when he played like dog shit against the Celtics. Y'all can kiss my ass with that 40-point game, that fluke ass shit.
Yeah. He's talking about this year.
He had them 40-point games. Cool. Everybody thought, oh, he's back. Right. Oh, Houston Harden's back. Like it's ain't the playoffs.
Right.
Like he ain't about to play like dog shit again and quit. I was there when he. In those last, 3 games, he played like utter garbage. And if it wasn't for Joel Embiid damn near playing worse, he would have got way more slander. So this is the guy. I'm just talking about playoff performances. Let me not even get into his play style.
Right.
And the fact that, because I know y'all Harden fans want to bring up that them years he averaged 30 plus, 35 and all that stuff on 45% shooting and 36 from 3. Yes, I know his numbers because guess what? I'm a Rockets fan. I watched him. I know. So we're going to act like, even Rockets fan, we're going to act like a lot of those 30-point, 40-point, 50-point games, free throws had nothing to do with them. The fact that he was getting 20 free throws a game, and the fact that, and it's one thing, if you're getting free throws because niggas just fucking you up out there, they just knocking you out. It's another thing that you're hooking. It's another thing that you're literally trying to game the system to get foul calls. And you were averaging 30 and doing all that. And the second the competition committee changes the rules and says you can't do that shit anymore, now you struggle to get 20. You struggle to get 20. And people want to say, oh, he's just washed up. No, my nigga. This is who he always was. It's just that y'all, because the regular season, they let that shit go. But in the playoffs, they were swallowing their whistle and not letting that shit go. But now, the shit they call in the playoffs, they call in the regular season too. We're not giving you that bullshit anymore. So this is who he is. Guess what, though? When Dwayne Wade was in the playoffs, he was averaging 30. When Dwayne Wade was in the regular season, did he get free throws? Oh, absolutely. Get down 7, get up 8, yeah. But guess what? They was knocking that nigga out. And guess what he was doing? Still getting buckets. And the thing with Dwayne Wade and James Harden, he's an efficient basketball player. He doesn't need 30 shots to get 30. He doesn't need 40 shots to get 40. And he damn sure don't need 50 shots to get 50. He don't. He is one of the most efficient guards to ever walk this earth. Pull up any 6'3" guard you want to. Pull them up. Show me the one that averages damn near for his career 50%. A guard, 6'3". Show me the guard who's gotten 100 steals and 100 blocks in a game. 6'3". Show me the guard. Show me the guard in his 3rd year in the league. He wins the NBA Finals. Show me a guard. Like, stop, bro. In 2011, if LeBron doesn't shrink and come up small, put up 8 points in a Finals game, Dwayne Wade would have been a 2-time Finals MVP. Let's keep it funky.
How much did Wade average in that Finals?
30! 30 plus!
Okay.
What are we talking about?
Well, LeBron carried him the whole time, though, right?
Like, what are we talking about? Because y'all only want to bring up the years that they won. Y'all act like Dwayne Wade in 2011 wasn't that man.
Yes.
Y'all act like in 2010 he wasn't the guy. You act like 2009 when he led the league in scoring on a shit team.
31.
Like he wasn't the guy. Y'all show me.
30.1.
Yeah, like y'all show me, bro. If Dwayne Wade in his prime had KD, had Chris Paul, had Russell Westbrook, had all those guys playing with him, what do you think Dwayne Wade's doing? Are we talking about Dwayne Wade differently? Y'all let them injuries and the fact and the Gabrielle Union finger in the booty bullshit fool y'all. Y'all think shit's sweet out here. Dwayne Wade is that dude. Michael and Kobe are the only guards, shooting guards, above him. And it's for a reason. Pull up the accolades. Pull up the numbers. And if he didn't get hurt, that Kobe-Wade conversation would be a lot different. That's just a fact. So y'all got to knock it off. And the nigga, and I was heated when y'all brought up Paul Pierce. Y'all got me fucked up bringing up James Harden.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Y'all got me super fucked. At least Paul Pierce knew what time it was in the playoffs. Like, stop.
And that's what's crazy. Niggas was bringing up MVPs. Niggas was... I was like,
bro,
since when has MVPs just been the litmus test for you being the best player?
Okay.
Bro? Like,
he's a great regular season player. I'm sorry, but guess what? Dwayne Wade's playoff performances outweigh that. And guess what? He wasn't... Like, Dwayne Wade, I'm sorry, was he dog shit in the regular season?
Bruh.
He was amazing. Guess who beat him? Out of MVPs. Oh, I don't know. The second greatest player of all time? So I'm supposed to win MVPs when Kobe and LeBron exist. I'm supposed to win MVPs then?
Bruh, that's what I'm saying. Like, again, I get it. It's summer. It's slow.
But stop it, bro.
But y'all gotta
James
chill,
Harden
bro.
keeps showing y'all
Do your
who he
fucking
is.
research.
James Harden keeps showing y'all who he is. And y'all keep trying to find justifications for him. He's not that dude. Is he a great basketball player? Just like Kyrie is? Yes, he is. Nobody's taking away. Yes. Maybe if the Warriors didn't exist, would he be in the finals? Sure. But guess what? All I can go off of is the last time he was in the finals, and that was in OKC. And guess what he did, guys? He played like shit then too. But people were like, you know what? Maybe he's young. Maybe he's young. First time moment. Things happen. But oh no, he showed you. He was that same nigga he was in 2012. He's the same nigga he is now in 2023. So miss me with it. He's not better than Wade. He will never be better than Wade. If he's your favorite, fine. Cool.
Do you think?
Dwayne Wade is my personal favorite before Giannis. I would never say he is better than Kobe. I will never say he's better than Jordan. I'll never say he's better than Steph. I'll never say he's better than those guys. I love him.
Yeah.
I love him. Okay? So stop it. There's a difference between your favorite player and best. When you're talking best, you need to be objective and address facts. And I just gave you facts. So let's move on. I did. Sorry. We're gonna take a break. We're gonna take a break for a second, but until just run this ad real quick. But after that, we're gonna get into Jaylen Brown and Anthony Davis. Hey y'all, I like this shirt. This is one of my favorite shirts that I've made. Comes from my store, easyforyou.com. With that, I just like making funny anime shirts like this. Give him some Henny and he'll not eat your ass. He'll beat your ass. I got this a Riz God shirt. So yeah, I got a lot of cool anime or pop culture shirts on my website. With that, I'm still building, and I just appreciate all the support. If you like these shirts, if you just want to get some cool shirts too, please check out my website. That's easyforyou.com. That's EEZY4U.com, and I got some awesome things on there. So I appreciate the love and support, and we'll keep going. Back to the episode. All right, and we're back. Okay, and so let's get into Jaylen Brown and Anthony Davis. So first I want to talk about Jaylen Brown on Twitter, on social media, even Instagram, Facebook, all the socials. People have been killing Jaylen Brown. And granted, listen, does Jaylen Brown have a lot of reasons to get hate? Yes. He played James Harden-esque.
Thanks for the ring, by the way, Jaylen Brown. Warriors fan. Appreciate it.
That's true. That's true. But see, that's gonna help my argument. That's gonna help my argument. Though. That's gonna help my argument.
All right, good.
But he played like dog shit in the Eastern Conference Final. Yeah, he did. Does he not have a left hand? He might not. Why not? He might not. It's bad. It was very bad. Like if you are anti Jaylen Brown, like you are having a parade after Game 7. My God, it was bad. But so if you haven't heard, Jaylen Brown just signed a 5-year, $300 million contract, probably the highest contract in NBA history as it stands right now. And so obviously, everybody thinks that's overpaid. Including him. So before I go in about it, because I might be on the other side of it, but I'm gonna let you go because I know you're one of the people on social media that is giving Jaylen Brown a lot of smoke for getting that contract. So go ahead,
bro. So
how'd you feel about it when you saw it?
Nah, here's one thing I'll say, right? I'm gonna try to put the nice shit out first, right? Because I get it, I understand it. He's your guy.
Yep.
He's showing up for you in moments.
The Celtics, you mean?
Celtic, yeah.
He ain't my guy. I actually low-key hate the Celtics because I'm a Milwaukee Bucks fan, so it's up anytime the Celtics fan comes up. But yeah,
you cooking grits down.
Yeah.
All right, so
that's still too soon. All right, go ahead.
Like I said, again, Jaylen, amazing player, great player, all that stuff. But my thing is, why the fuck would you ever give $300 million to your second fiddle, especially if you just got Porzingis? So my thing is, and if what I'm guessing, and if I think I know basketball, I think I'm pretty good at basketball. If you want to win a championship, Porzingis is gonna have to be the second most important person on your team because he's gonna have to rim protect it. You're gonna need him to score, and when he needs to be inside, you're gonna need him to do that shit too. He cannot do that soft shit he was doing in the Wizards and on the Mavericks. He cannot do that shit. You need to be a big guy and all that shit or whatever. So do that, fine. But my thing is, so how are and you know how they did the new CBA? So you can either be a max player or you can be a minimum player. From what I'm seeing,
yeah, the CBA has completely eliminated the mid-level player. Like they're not getting paid anymore.
So exactly. So if you're now, from what that says to me, is now the league is pretty much okay. You're gonna have 1-2 max guys, and you're gonna build around those guys. Which makes sense to me. Which is I love the competition for the past 4 years. It's been dudes who built their team in chemistry, and those are the people who won. Look at the past 4 champions. So I get it. So and with Jaylen Brown, you've gotten to the finals. Okay, cool. My thing is, I feel like you get to a point where in players, you are who you are, right? Jaylen Brown's not going to get any better at dribbling going forward. And if those two are going to be your best players, then, like I said, Porzingis might help. They might win a championship this year. I might be fucking wrong. But my thing is, why give him $300 million just for him to be your second fiddle? Like,
it's steep.
So my thing is, okay, so when Tatum's contract's up, you're going to give him $350 million? Is that what you're going to do?
Maybe 400.
Maybe 400?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're just gonna have Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum and a bunch of fucking undrafted players. So that's your idea, like. So I get why they did it, but it's an insane overpay.
It's a crazy amount of money. I will concede that it's a crazy amount of money. If I was a GM, would I want to give the second best player on my team $300 million? No, I wouldn't. But I think you alluded to it.
Yeah.
I don't think they had a choice. I think the Celtics, they definitely weighed every option. That's why, if you notice, it took a long time. Right. Yeah. They were trying to look and see, like, Brad Stevens absolutely was like, listen, like, if we saw it, please believe Brad Stevens, who has to cut the check, saw how Jaylen Brown played. Mm-hmm. So he don't want to get that nigga $300 million. He don't. It's just a fact. But if you want to stay in contention, right, and you need, like, if you're trying to stay in contention, you're trying to win a championship, that's the ultimate goal, right? You have to at least either get someone of equal value for Jaylen, and not picks, not like tertiary players to supplement Jason Tatum.
That's what's killing the Dame deal right now.
Exactly. You don't want that, because you're gonna, regardless of how you feel, you're gonna take a step backwards. And yes, while while I agree to a certain degree that Porzingis is going to be an important piece to them winning, you still don't know how he's going to fit. Because, newsflash, guys, Porzingis cannot guard Joel Embiid. Porzingis cannot. He damn sure can't guard Giannis. Go ahead and pull up the Wizard stats. What Giannis did versus the Wizard, and Porzingis was in both of those games, guarding him. So he ain't gonna guard Giannis. So with that, if you're gonna have that, somebody who possibly could be getting cooked by the top 5 players in the league, you're gonna need some scoring to cancel that. And what one of the strengths the Celtics have, wherever people feel about Jaylen Brown, is their wing play. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are the best wings, wing duos in the league. Damn near the best backcourt in the league. So you can't just give that up for chip pennies on the dollar. Like, I saw maybe they were looking to getting Paul George, but guess what? Paul George gets hurt. Okay, maybe you try to facilitate that for James Harden. James Harden plays worse in the playoffs.
As we just alluded to.
And he got both hands. And still play like shit. So I mean,
no, you're right. Exactly.
I mean, so if I'm Celtic, I'm sure, like, my nigga, they were begging Jaylen Brown's agents. They were begging, like, fam, can you lease this? Can it be $299? Like, let me give you $295. And I'm sure Jay was like, my nigga, no, you are giving me $304 million. You are giving me the max.
Niggas who don't have a left hand is getting paid $70 million a year. You know nothing.
That's a fact.
$70 million.
But like the great Jalen Rose once said, you never get what you deserve. You only get what you have the leverage to negotiate. And he had the leverage. It's like y'all tried to trade me last year for Anthony Davis. What was it, Anthony Davis?
Yeah, Anthony Davis.
Right? They were trying to trade him.
Yeah, they've been doing. It had been in trade talks for like 3 years.
No, it was KD. Y'all tried to trade me for Anthony Davis. Y'all tried to trade me for KD. Every time when I'm trying to be, a pillar in the community and part of your franchise, you guys diss me. So yeah, come contract time. Oh yeah, it's up. If you want me, it's gonna cost you millions to keep me. Yeah. It's just gonna be. It's just what it is. So I understand Jaylen Brown being like, yeah, you giving me the bag. Now, as far as people who keep talking about like his game and stuff like that, people gotta remember Jaylen Brown is only 26 years old. Yeah, has he improved much? No. To me, I say he has. Because I'm sorry, if you look at his numbers, he was a 14 points a game, 20 points a game, 26 points a game. Like, he's improved every year. Y'all might not see it with his left hand, but he's getting buckets, guys. And then people who are killing him for his playoff performance, I'm sorry. Did Jason Tatum play amazing in the finals? If you were to pick out of the two in the finals, who played better? I'm sure most people with basketball eyes would say Jaylen Brown played better, and Jason Tatum was a turnover machine. And last time I checked, he got both hands. He's ambidextrous, right? So miss me with that. Right. And also, just to shoot him a little bit of bail, Jaylen Brown did hurt his hand. Yeah, he did. Cut his hand
on some stupid shit.
It was stupid. But come on,
cut his hand picking up a fucking box. Nigga,
that's fucking retarded. So again, I am not a Celtics fan. Yeah. Okay, I'm not a Celtics. I ain't got no issue with Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum really, but I'm not like biased. Like, I'm not like I don't have no reason to cape for Jaylen Brown. Right. But y'all are going a bit too hard. Like, the nigga ain't at least a top 25 player in the league.
He's at least, at the very least, he's at least top 5 shooter.
He's at least top 5, top 7 if you want to stretch it like that. Like, let's name them: Devin Booker, like Paul George. See, it starts getting a little tough before you get to Jaylen Brown. Like, Jaylen Brown is up there. He was
Brad Beal, yeah.
You know how, and people forget, like, you know how he qualified for $304 million? He was an All NBA player this year. That means I'm one of the top 15 players, awards wise, in the league.
Yeah.
So I'm at least top 3 in my position.
Exactly.
So yeah, that warrants some money. So would you, again, if I'm a GM, do I want to give it? No, fuck no. But in a perfect world, I'm sure every GM wants their max player at like $25 million, right? So you can really build a team, but it's just not reality. And so if I'm the Celtics, if I still want to be in contention to win, I'm gonna have to pay that fucking money. It is what it is. But y'all acting like Jaylen Brown ain't did shit for the Celtics. He is a great basketball player. He was good.
He is. It's just my thing is like, if you're the GM of the Celtics, from what you see, do you think you can win a championship with this team? I do not.
I don't think they do it if they don't think they can win. I think they do think they can win. I think if Steph Curry didn't exist, they think they'd be sitting on the ring right now.
Right. Now,
and I even think, regardless of how bad Jaylen Brown's playing, I don't believe this, but regardless of how bad, I think they think if Jason Tatum didn't get hurt in Game 7, they'd be in the finals. So they don't want to blow it up. I think that's their mindset. So I think they can win. There's just some things just didn't go their way. I don't believe that. I mean, granted, I'm biased.
Right. And I get that. And I get they think they can win. Now, I'm going to ask this
question. That's what matters. You asked.
No, I feel you, right? Now, because, like I said, that's for Celtics. They can think what they want. We always go back and forth. We think teams are fucking stupid all the time, right?
Absolutely.
So, now, they asked a GM who thinks he's the A-plus guy, which is probably both of us, right?
Right.
So, you look at the Celtics and think you can win a championship with that team. I would ask you that.
You ask me?
I would ask you that.
I would say no, but it's not because of Jaylen Brown. I actually think it's because of Porzingis. I think even though I'm not a big fan of Marcus Smart, I think trading him was more damaging than that.
Absolutely.
So
I lost Grant Williams too. So that's
I'm not that high on Grant Williams. But Marcus Smart, to me, he was their leader,
heart and soul.
Yeah. So you take that out. Yeah. So now you're expecting Joe Mazzulla to lead your team, and I don't have a lot of faith in it. And defensively, they're going to take a step back. Like Derek White, I think, is a good defensive player. Robert Williams is a great defensive player, but he hasn't gone on court that much. Exactly. So I don't think they're going to win. But again, I could be wrong. Like Porzingis could be great. He can't shot block. He can stretch the floor. Like there's value in what he's doing. He's going to give them more opportunities to space the floor and get more ISO situations and stuff like that.
Jason Tatum's going to be way better, by the way.
And he will be better. Yeah, he'll be able to operate better. Now it's not super clogged up with those guys. But at the same time, I think it's more valuable to have Jaylen Brown than to not have him. Because again, at that position, there's not that many people as good as Jaylen Brown. And so, and Jaylen Brown's a good defender too. It's not like Jaylen Brown is just a nigga without a left hand. Like he can do stuff. He can score. Whether he can get exposed at times by good defenders. People act like Miami were one of the best defensive teams in the playoffs. They act like he's getting cooked by the Hornets or some shit. Like these are good defensive teams, whether he had both hands or not. Exactly. Tatum was turning the ball over too, guys.
Exactly. Even when we beat him in the final, like again, we had great defenders. We had Wiggins.
Yes.
We had Draymond. We had we had an amazing defender.
Like you had to have a good defensive scheme.
So, but my thing is if you're the Celtics, and like I said, if I'm thinking as GM, you're gonna go up against these guys. If we want to win 4 rounds and get 16 wins, you're gonna have to beat these dudes.
So my challenge to Jaylen Brown is get a left hand.
Get a left hand. And which I assume why they gave him the contract. I assume the Celtics were like, he can fix that.
Yeah,
like,
he can tighten. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Is he gonna turn into Kyrie next year? No. But you can tighten up that left hand, my nigga. Or at least maybe you change your game to that you're not too dribble heavy anymore. Yeah, exactly. Like learn to move without the ball, operate out the post, do other things where now you're not forced to put the ball on the ground.
And that's it is another thing where who's their point guard this year? Derek White. And Malcolm Brogdon. I don't know, man. Like I would say,
I'm not that high on it.
Yeah, if you're gonna get Porzingis, you need another guy who can get both of y'all the ball. So that way you don't have to hold the ball that much.
That's what they really need to get this year, a facilitator. Yeah. That's what they're missing. Like if you're gonna trade Marcus Smart, okay, if you're gonna lose that, okay, get somebody who can get easy shots for Tatum and Brown. So because that's their offense. Their offense is Tatum, you do something. Okay, Brown, now you do something. Yeah. Marcus Smart, jack up a bad shot. Like that's the game. Yeah, exactly. And it's like that's not good basketball. Facts. So get somebody that's why they should have went for Chris Paul. They should have tried to get him because he could have helped facilitate everything for them. And then you're not tripping off of giving that money like that to Jaylen Brown because like you know what he can do if he has had somebody who can set up shots for him,
Exactly.
but you didn't. So yeah, it looks a little bad, but I still think they're going to be a good basketball team because I still think Jaylen Brown is a good basketball player. Right. He's one of the best in the league. He's at least top 25, maybe even top 20 at his peak.
His peak, yeah.
That's valuable. Is it $300 million worth? No, but if I'm gun to my head, it's like either I do that or now I have to play with Jordan Poole, some pieces to supplement Tatum. I'm not doing that. Right. Fuck it. I'll just pay you that money.
I'm saying with these dudes paired, you went to 4 straight Eastern Conference Finals. Like what? Like
I'll live with that, bro.
You gotta live with that.
Yeah,
so I get it. Like,
yeah, I'd rather go to the finals, Eastern Conference Finals, and flame out than then I trade that nigga.
Right.
Get some pieces back and some picks, but now I'm fucking getting swept in the first round, going out in the second round. Like, no, I'm not risking that. At least with his fucked up hand, I'm in game 7s of the finals. Exactly. I'll take that all day.
Exactly.
So going from that, Anthony Davis, and so Anthony Davis, shout out to Anthony Davis. He beat the street clothes allegations.
He did.
He was getting killed all year, getting hurt all the time. Maybe
the
not.
Motherfucker had to do it against us, but
I know, right?
Yeah, fuck
I know.
Yeah. He was amazing.
But he beat the allegations. He was healthy all playoffs, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
And he was a big reason why they won. Like, so why they got so far to the Western Conference Finals. Like nobody thought the Lakers are going to be Western Conference Finals, and a lot of that was due to Anthony Davis leading the charge with his defense and some of his offense as well too. So Anthony Davis was the best defender in the playoffs by far, like to the point where it's like he might be the best defender in the league. And I think if he was healthy all year, like he might have been, it might have been closer. It might not have been Jaren Jackson Jr. Winning DPOY. So. He was great. So, yeah, salute to you, Anthony Davis, getting that money. I know some people looked at that crazy because he's another one where he's the highest paid annual-wise player in the NBA now. But to me, again, if you're the Lakers, right, do you want to give him $62 million a year? Probably not. But what is your alternative? You're really going to give up one of the best big men in the league for what?
And you know what's another reason that I don't know if people are putting in there why they probably gave him that much money? Like, you heard all the shit LeBron said when the exit interview. So LeBron might be gone next year. He might be gone in a couple years from now.
That's a good point.
So it's like you gotta lock up Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
Just to keep the Lakers relevant. So
very true. Because you don't want to go back. Yeah. Because this might be LeBron's last year.
Yeah. So.
Because at least for me, I mean, I know your answer. I don't think the Lakers are winning this year.
They ain't winning shit.
Look how he felt when he lost. He got swept by the Nuggets. Newsflash. I feel like that's gonna happen again, whether it's the Nuggets or the Warriors or I don't know what. But I don't see the Lakers. If they do, hey, salutes his GOAT conversation. Or
them niggas ain't making plans.
You don't think they're making a plan? That's nuts.
Listen, no more that stimulus. I'm gonna tell you right now. No more that stimulus package you got in the playoffs. Fuck that bullshit, nigga. Y'all niggas.
Yeah.
Y'all got to play some real basketball.
Yeah, they did.
Fuck that.
Man,
shit.
Jokic mopped the floor with them boys.
What,
God, bro?
What? Didn't even let them niggas get a game. That was one of the most satisfying series I ever
watched. When he hit that buzzer beater 3, pull that shit. Just laced it.
What?
Damn, I knew it was like, oh, that's over for y'all. Y'all not getting the game. But no, salute to Anthony Davis. You deserve the money, man. Hopefully you come back this year as how people projected you before, top 10, top 7 player in the league. So salute to you. I think we got one more topic. And we'll be done, man. Let's go into lastly, Jokic versus Giannis. So, if you've been watching this channel for a while, I'm a big Giannis fan. Unapologetically, I love Giannis.
Nigeria boy.
He's Nigerian.
Nigeria boy.
I'm Nigerian. He's Nigerian. So always,
my brother.
So yeah, I love that nigga, and obviously he's amazing. So I still think he's the best player in the league, whether he made them free throws or not, whether he broke his back or not. I still think he's the best player. But that being said, I love Jokic too. Big Jokic fan. I watch Nuggets games all the time, so I wasn't surprised that Jokic was going to be amazing in the playoffs. Right. He's pretty much always amazing in the playoffs.
Pretty much, yeah.
He always goes up a level. So I knew, and he's one of the best offensive players to ever live. Even now, like if he stopped playing right now, he would be one of the greatest offensive players ever lived. One of the most efficient, if not the most efficient basketball player to ever walk on the court. So I love Jokic. I think he's amazing. I think the flowers, the awards, all that stuff he gets, I think it's well deserved. Do I think Giannis should have won some of them? Sure. Do I think if it was between Jokic and Embiid, should Embiid have won? No, I probably would have gave it to Jokic. But I wasn't mad that Embiid won. I mean, I was mad that Giannis didn't win. But but him winning it, would have been fine. It would have been a little nasty winning 3 in a row. But now seeing that he won the championship, he definitely validated it. So cool. Exactly. But that's not what this is about. What this is about is Jokic fans. I love Jokic, but you motherfuckers, y'all PER, true shooting, VORP fucking LeBron advanced stat motherfuckers that y'all use. Like, y'all are so nasty on Twitter, bro, in favor of Jokic. Like as if efficiency and analytics is the only thing that matters to basketball. Like, you can big up Jokic without having to do all that bullshit. Jokic is just a great basketball player. But there's also flaws in his game and things in his game that people can pick apart, just like there's flaws in Giannis's game that people can pick apart, just like there's flaws in Embiid's game, in anybody's game that you can pick apart. Right. But y'all act like analytics is the be-all, end-all. Because he has a high true shooting percentage, he has a high PER, he has a high value of a replacement player, VORP bullshit, because he has a high LeBron stat, because he has a high net rating, offensive net rating, like all that bullshit y'all do, like to buffer up him for reasons it's just nasty, bro. Like, he's a great basketball player, but the reason why I'm bringing this up even further too is that because y'all use that stuff, right, and act like he's the greatest thing to ever walk this earth. Did Jokic have a great playoff run? Yes. Was it historically great? Absolutely. Did he lead the league in points, rebounds, totals, all that stuff? Amazing, bro. Did he average a triple-double? Amazing. Great. Awesome. It's definitely one for the history books. Was it the greatest ever? Fuck no. No. It wasn't even the greatest in the last 3 years. But yet, y'all niggas act like Jokic is the only person who's played amazing in the finals. And then y'all completely disregard who he did it against.
Exactly. The fucking 8 seed.
Yes, it was much more impressive what he did to the Suns, what he did to the Lakers, than what he did to the Heat. Like, let's be real. Yeah, exactly. The Heat had no business being in the fucking finals, bro. If the Celtics do what they're supposed to do, and if the Bucks do what they're supposed to do, like, the Heat should have never got as far as they did. Yeah. But so it's a testament to how bad the Bucks played and why Budenholzer got fired. It's a testament to how bad the Celtics played and why Marcus Smart got traded. Like, there's reasons for it. But don't say because now you sweep them. They swept them, right?
Yep.
Because you sweep them.
No. They won it.
Oh, they won.
They won 5.
1 and 5.
Gentleman sweep. Yeah.
Gentleman sweep. Because you won in a gentleman sweep. That now what Jokic did is like equivalent to Dirk in 2011 or Hakeem Olajuwon in 1995. Y'all act like
yes, bro. He wasn't even. And like I said, I guess maybe I'm biased. He wasn't even better than Steph last year. So what are we talking about?
He wasn't. Fine, you can even argue that, but again, that's like preference shit, bro. Like, but no, it wasn't, because again, the Celtics, the 2022 Celtics, they were the number 1 defense since January. Going into the playoffs, their defense was otherworldly. You saw what they did to KD and Kyrie. And like, you saw what they did to Giannis, who, even though he played great, right? He averaged 33 or something like that. Yeah. He still shot 46% from the field. That's how good their defense was. And yet Steph was dropping 40-point games, averaging 30 plus in the finals. Like, that's impressive. Yeah. What Jokic did against fucking Kevin Love and fucking
Cody Zeller.
Cody Zeller. Like, come on, y'all.
That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm just like, and again, whatever. Maybe my Steph fandom coming out, whatever. But like I said, what adversity did he face in that finals? That's supposed to be harder than what Giannis went through, and harder than what Steph went through. Giannis had to win 4 straight.
What's his Jokic moment?
And he was hurt, by the way.
Yes, yes. People act like that finals performance were okay, fine, y'all, because y'all Kyrie dick riders want to talk about if Kyrie doesn't get hurt or KD's foot's not on the line, blah blah blah. Okay, guess what, guys? There were other playoff series after that. So they still had to beat the Hawks after he hyperextended his knee, and everybody thought he tore his ACL. He was out of the league. But guess what? He plays game 1, he plays game 2, and then from 2 to 6 has one of the greatest playoff runs of finals performances in NBA history, and then closes it out in a 50-point game. What are we talking about? And you're telling me that performance was worse than what Jokic did?
And by the way, he's also. Jokic was also playing with Jamal Murray, who had a 30-point triple-double. But
yes, bro.
We're just gonna forget that.
People act like that. People act like, and y'all the same ones too.
Yes.
Who y'all the same ones who big up Jamal Murray act like he's the best guard in the league now.
Bruh.
Like he's not playing next to Jokic.
Bruh.
That's gonna be another video.
Yeah.
Of these delusional basketball players because you're playing next to one of the greatest players of all time. Now y'all think y'all Kobe or somebody. Yeah. But again, is this coming from a biased place? Maybe. I'll be fair to y'all. Maybe it is because I love Giannis. But at the same time, like y'all did not give Giannis that same courtesy. Y'all did not say when Giannis did what he did in 2021, it was the greatest finals performance. Y'all said it was one of. Exactly. Y'all didn't immediately say Giannis was the best player in the league after 2021. Y'all still were giving that shit to KD for some stupid ass reason. Y'all still were doing that. But now because Jokic won, y'all want to go back in time and be like, oh, Jokic was always the best player in the league. He just needed a ring to justify it. Get the fuck out of here. No, the fuck he was not. Last year, you could argue it was Steph. The year before that was Giannis. 2022 was Giannis. Like, it was not just a undisputed fact that Jokic was the best player in the league. Do you want to put him in that conversation? Sure. Even if you want to say I feel like Jokic is the best, I'm not mad at you for that. Yeah. It's just an arrogance behind you guys to act like it's laughable to say Steph is better. It's laughable to say Giannis is better. It's laughable to say like some other people are better than him. Like my nigga. Are the Nuggets a great team? Yes. That also contributes to why he won. Yeah. People win. You don't always win.
Exactly.
Like, fam.
Just like get a nigga his flowers, but don't get crazy. That's all I'm saying.
Don't get crazy.
That's all we saying.
Stop with the vorp cum. Like, I'm tired of seeing these fucking confusing ass, stupid ass stats. And you use that shit to denigrate a guy who averaged 30 and 13 on 55% shooting, then y'all be but his true shooting percentage numbers is like
best record in basketball.
Yes,
like like we just throw that shit out the window.
Yes, but because somebody averaged 26 and 14 and 9 assists or whatever on whatever true shooting percentage y'all want to do, that now is more value. Like bro,
get the fuck out of here. Stop.
If you prefer that. This is a running theme. If you prefer that, if that's why it makes him your favorite player, cool. I have reasons as to why I don't value free throw shooting and shooting threes as much as for Giannis not to be my favorite player. He's my favorite player. Yeah. I happen to like niggas who can take the ball, who's 7 feet tall, who can take the ball up the court, Euro step, and dunk on somebody. I like that. Some people might not. I like that type of stuff. I like niggas who dominate and kill you in the paint. That's why I was a big Shaq fan. I like that. Some people prefer a Ray Allen, a Kobe, Tracy McGrady.
Like the shooters.
Some people like that stuff. Like you listen to Stephen A. Smith, he clearly likes perimeter-oriented players. He doesn't like Giannis type guys, and some of y'all are like that. That's cool. Just say he's not my cup of tea. Yeah. But for y'all to be like it's laughable to say that Giannis is still better than Jokic. No, it's not, bro. Exactly. Because y'all will say Giannis shrank and play like dog shit when he had 38 and 20. We didn't even talk about 38 and 20. Yes. But when Jokic has a 38 and 20 in the finals, y'all are like, oh my God, he's the best player in the world.
What have we been talking about?
That's Giannis's bad game. And it'd be one thing if he had 38 and 20, shooting 30% from it was on 52% shooting. Yes. 38 and 20. And yet y'all were like, oh my God, he should have had 60. He's a terrible player. His free throws. Like, fam, it's like that's the stuff that just drives me nuts about y'all. Like, bro, everybody and their mama knows Giannis can't shoot. Everyone knows it. They know he can't shoot.
He still averaged 30.
Yes, he's still just like everybody and their mama knows Jokic can't play defense. They know that. Yeah. But guess what? It doesn't matter. People have weaknesses. Like, y'all are literally asking some of these people to be perfect.
Yeah, literally.
Perfect in order to be like. But you don't ask them to do the same thing. You don't ask Jokic to be a shot blocker, rim protector, somebody who can guard pick and rolls. You don't ask him to do that. People, but you expect Steph Curry to be a Drew Holiday lockdown defender. You expect Giannis to be a Kevin Durant 3-point shooter. You expect them to have those things, except and ignore their strengths that they're better than Jokic at. But yet. It's nasty. Just knock it off.
And I don't even go because, like I said, this goes with a lot of discourse. It goes with a lot of the top 10 shit and all. It's like, yes, we can. Like, some people are greater at some things than people are at other things. Like, if Steph if he never really started playing defense, Steph would still be one of the greatest players you've ever seen. Same goes for Jokic. Same goes if Giannis never gets a jump shot. Giannis is still amazing. He still has a ring. Had 50 in the closeout without it.
Yes.
Like, bro, you think he was just dunking on niggas for 50? Like, bro.
That's the thing that kills me.
I remember we remember the series. Like, bro, he was doing
pull up the highlight. I might even put him in here. Pull up the highlights and watch what he was doing.
Yes.
Y'all run and dunk fuckheads who keep saying that all he does is run and dunk. No, Rudy Gobert. That's what he does.
That's right.
Rudy Gobert is a run and dunk man. JaVale McGee is a run and dunk man. What Giannis does is something that nobody else except Kevin Durant can do. So he is one of the most skilled people at his position. Show me other 7-footers who can take the ball, cross somebody over, Euro step, and still dunk it on you. It's not just athleticism. It's skill.
Exactly.
Y'all are fucking morons. It's so stupid, and y'all don't know how to talk. I don't know if y'all are just trolling to be funny, or you genuinely just don't know basketball.
I'm telling you, bro. What?
Maybe that's what the theme of this thing is. It's just niggas on social media don't know shit.
They don't know shit. Like,
y'all clearly just don't watch the game. Y'all watch highlights. You look at stat muse and you think you know basketball.
What's the House of Highlights and
watch Bleacher Report and you think you know basketball. Y'all look at news on NBA Central and all of a sudden you're a journalist. Get the fuck out of here.
Stop, bro. Like, stop it. Y'all play a bunch of 2K and swear y'all know back. Like, bro, stop.
You don't know shit.
Relax.
Okay? You still wet behind the ears. Breath smell like Similac. Fuck out of here. Listen, man. Listen.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just tired of this shit. So again, Jokic, I love you. Congratulations, winning. You're one of my favorite players. I love that you just play basketball. You don't care about the book. That's the funny thing too about this Jokic Giannis. That's why I don't really engage in too much. These niggas don't give a fuck. Jokic is in Serbia minding his own fucking business. He does not care. Yeah, he don't give a fuck about this shit. But yet y'all Jokic fans keep just dumping this fucking PER fucking efficiency of percentage bullshit on it like Jokic is gonna thank y'all. He don't even know who the fuck y'all are. He don't care.
Exactly. Same shit with Steph. Like, bro, Steph and Kyrie are probably friends, bro.
They are. Why do Kyrie fans want to like create division off of something we know what the fact is?
Yes. Like, bro,
it's just stupid. So that's the episode. Shit. Thank you guys for watching. If you're still even around, it's gone over for like an hour.
Right.
But I appreciate you guys.
Fuck you,
niggas. Not watching this shit.
Right. Go ahead and get your bitch ass.
Exactly. I don't care, nigga. 10 toes down. I'll say this shit to myself. That's stupid. I'm gonna do one by myself. Yeah, but yeah, if you did stick around, I appreciate it. Make sure you please like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. We're gonna try to be more consistent with this and come out with more stuff as things come on. We're also gonna talk about music. We're gonna talk about pop culture, anime. There's a lot of stuff we want to talk about. So I appreciate it. Let me know in the comments how y'all feel about some of the things we talked about. I like to engage with everybody, and we'll go from there, man. Peace. I'm Too Easy. This is Jay.
Jay Francis.
Yes, sir. And we'll talk next time.
Yes, sir.